In this WrestleTalk news, a backstage firing in WWE, a huge NXT title change, a legit knockout on TV, and more. Oh, look at this puppy, it's like a little fluffy cloud. You better goddamn subscribe right now or I will never show you a cute puppy picture again. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
Support WrestleTalk!
In the just over 2.5 months since WrestleMania, WWE have released 42 on-screen talents, ranging from main roster stars as big as Braun Strowman, Lana, and Aleister Black, to NXT wrestlers like Killian Dane, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze, to pretty much all of 205 Live, and announcers like Tom Phillips and Adnan "We're going to need a bigger boat" Verk. Thank you for helping me calculate that, every WWE star released in 2021 page on WrestleTalk.com. What a resource! On top of that, WWE also let go over 35 corporate staff members in May, restructuring several big departments in the company. This is all thought to be headed up by a man who only joined WWE last August, its president and chief revenue officer, Nick Khan. And it seems after the most recent batch of releases last Friday, at least one more name has departed backstage. Fightful Select is reporting former TNA X Division champion Sonjay Dutt, who has been working with WWE since January 2019 as a producer, is now gone from the company. But in a change from everything else this year, the decision was reportedly his, with Fightful speculating he could be returning to in-ring wrestling after being unable to compete since an Achilles injury he suffered 4 years ago. According to Brian Alvarez, Dutt quit about 2 weeks ago. He has not been released. He left. Dutt was brought into WWE at the same time as fellow TNA alumni Abyss, where they joined Jeremy Borash as Team Triple H down in NXT. Dutt wasn't the only name that was written about leaving WWE yesterday though, with F4W Online also reporting longtime Senior Vice President of Talent Development Canyon Seaman had left the company too. But WWE themselves then refuted that story, with Dave Meltzer updating his report with the tweet, "WWE says Seaman's still with the company. Crazy story." It appears while there might not be a full-blown fire at the center, there sure is a lot of smoke. As Sean Ross Sapp then added, there have been rumours circulating within WWE and the wrestling world over the last 2 days. We're told Seaman even asked WWE how to go about handling the inquiries of his status with WWE, but we didn't get a specific response from him. We've been contacted by at least 24 people in the industry speculating about Canyon Seaman in the last 24 hours across all major companies. Seaman still scouts for WWE and is in charge of handling a lot of contract negotiations as well. Sapp then replied to someone who said, "Everyone got it wrong," teasing, "There's a whole lot more to this." During all of this, former WWE doctor Tom Prichard, who's also the real-life brother of Bruce Prichard, the guy currently in control of Raw and SmackDown Creative and one of the most powerful people in the company, tweeted, "Sometimes it doesn't take much to make my day. A little bird texts me some interesting news this morning. I find it true more and more that no one escapes karma. Good luck in your future endeavors, asshole." To which the best wrestling commentator in the world, Kevin Kelly, replied, "Birds can't text Tom."
For satisfaction.
But Fightful's report also notes this isn't the last shake-up backstage. Apparently, Fightful has been told to keep expecting changes within WWE, including some potentially big ones in the coming days and weeks backstage. What do you think WWE is planning? Is Triple H finally getting control of a main roster show? Who the hell was Tom Prichard talking about? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be replying to people for the first 30 minutes after this video goes live. But it's not just behind-the-scenes changes that are happening. It looks like we're getting a lot of on-screen shake-ups too. On last night's episode of NXT, Bronson Reed lost his North American Championship to Isaiah "Swerve" Scott in the main event. Spoiler. Thanks to interference from Scott's Hit Row faction. Reed only won the title back last month from Johnny Gargano and has tweeted since his loss, "My fans, my friends, my family, my wife. I failed you, I'm sorry. Now what?" Most likely, 3 weeks of matches with John Morrison and then several years in Raw's midcard before getting randomly released on a Wednesday. Along with Scarlett Bordeaux, Shotzi Blackheart and NXT champion Karrion Kross, Reed has appeared backstage at the last several weeks of main roster shows, where he's reportedly been getting tryout matches for Raw and SmackDown. According to PW Insider, Kross, Bordeaux and Blackheart were backstage at Raw on Monday again to either wrestle in dark matches or on main event. And both Reed and Cross's names are reportedly internally listed as available wrestlers for the post-SummerSlam main roster draft. Reed has been feuding with Hit Row for a few weeks, but also has an unresolved program with Santos Escobar. You'd assume if Reed's call-up was more of a long-term plan, he'd have a longer reign and/or storyline before losing it, and maybe would have had a more showcasing match at the TakeOver earlier this month, rather than competing in a six-man tag with all the titles on the line. Do you think this is another example of the main roster suddenly deciding to grab NXT talent? Let me know in the comments. It's been widely reported that Vince McMahon will be taking the rare move of actually visiting the Performance Center this Thursday to scout new talent, and the current focus is on big, young guys, with Reed and Cross certainly fitting that fetish. Hopefully one day they'll be just as successful as the best NXT call-up ever, Baron Corbin. While fans might hate Corbin's mid-card vortex being pushed in the main event, the dog food feud with Roman Reigns, and his never-ending series of matches with Shinsuke Nakamura, Andrew Zarian has revealed everyone backstage loves the guy, calling him beloved in that company. On the latest We're Live Pal podcast, a former writer one time told me that he is one of the most pleasant people to work with because he will not be combative and he works with you on stuff. Well, maybe he should be a little more combative, because after WWE officially dropped the King Corbin gimmick he's had since August 2019 by updating their website roster page, it seems he's got a new name incoming. WWE have filed for several new trademarks this week, including Nikki Ash, Nikki Cross's new almost a superhero acronym surname, because he can't have two crosses on the main roster, and potentially the latest gimmick for Baron Corbin, Happy Corbin. This could signal a babyface term for Corbs who, to be fair, has been persistently bullied for weeks by Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Because what better way to show people he's a good guy now than by changing his first name to Happy? I cannot wait for other upcoming better fitting names like Grumpy Reigns, True Persistent Tire, Cedric Shouts a Lot, Tall Moss, Bray Wyatt, Twin J and Twin Jimmy, and, of course, seriously, what is your character Rhea Ripley? But wrestling name change of the week goes to this guy. 23-year-old Lewis Oldfield has revealed to The Sun he got so drunk recently he legally changed his name to John Cena, despite not being a wrestling fan. Which is sure better than when I last got really drunk and sent Megan a 4,000-word email at 3 a.m. explaining how I'm doing really well without her thanks, because I feel like me and Hangman Page, he just gets me, and we're going to be really good friends when lockdown is lifted. That is the only thing that's standing in our way. Rather scarily, last night's NXT didn't just see Reed lose his title, it also seemingly saw Mercedes Martinez lose consciousness when Xia Li appeared to strike her in the head hard with a roundhouse kick. The referee quickly ended the match via stoppage. Sean Ross Sapp followed this up, tweeting, "Mercedes Martinez was checked in the back and talent staff were told she's headed to the hospital for further evaluation." In wrestling ratings this week, it's been a tale of two promotions. Raw got its lowest non-holiday rating of the year on Monday, pulling in just 1.57 million viewers despite putting on a pretty good show. It's going to take a lot of pretty good shows though to bring people back after half a year of terrible TV. Saturday's episode of AEW Dynamite, meanwhile, pulled in the show's best figures since being bumped off its usual Wednesday night time slot in June, drawing 649,000 viewers and also a huge 18 to 49 demographic spike for the excellent Kenny Omega versus Jungle Boy main event. Oh, Kenny Boy. While impressive, this is still hundreds of thousands fewer than Dynamite was getting in its usual time slot. Thankfully, it returns to Wednesdays today. And Luke and I will be back with the AEW review tomorrow on the WrestleTalk podcast channel, so please do subscribe over there to know when it goes live. Perhaps we'll be seeing Zelina Vega turn up there soon, as Andrade has told Lucha Libre Online he would love it if she came in to manage him, but I cannot speak about it that extendedly due to multiple stuff going on. CM Punk to AEW confirmed. And not to be outdone by the hottest new wrestling couple, Jungle Boy and Anna Jay, who announced their relationship paying homage to the now departed UK Health Secretary Matt Hancock, WWE have announced Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch have officially become a tag team in the eyes of the Lord. After Seth posted, "Seems like a fine day to finally get married" on Instagram, WWE themselves congratulated the couple for tying the knot. Mixed Match Challenge WWE return confirmed. Now here's Tempest with a review of last night's NXT in about 5 minutes. I hate you, Tempest.
What's going on, Intangibles? Tempest the Wrestler is back with another review of NXT in about 5 minutes. So this show opened up with the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship #1 Contender Triple Threat match, where Io Shirai and Zoe Stark defeated Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, and Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. They were doing the one member of each team in the ring at all times rules instead of just 2 people and they tag out to each individual team. I don't care which way they do it, but I need them to pick one and stick with it. What are the rules? Please tell me. There's a lot of fun action in this match, with each team being given the chance to go on offense. Eventually it broke down into a finisher parade, with everyone hitting their finishers out of nowhere, with Io Shirai hitting her moonsault on Dakota Kai to get the pin. We had a brawl backstage between Johnny Gargano and Karrion Kross, which led to an in-ring segment where Karrion Kross said that he is willing to die by the sword that he lives by, but is curious to see whether Johnny Gargano can say the same. Gargano came out and said while he doesn't have a sword, he does have actual talent, throwing shade at Karrion Kross's limited in-ring ability, we'll say. Gargano also said that he is smarter than Kross as Austin Theory jumped him from behind. The Way brawled with Kross until Samoa Joe came out to break things up, with Gargano hitting a super kick and scurrying away. This also led to a couple of segments later on as Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory were shown driving away before they eventually returned later in the show to attack Karrion Kross in the parking lot. It wasn't a great attack, mind you, as Gargano slammed a car door on Karrion Kross before cutting a promo to the camera, only for Kross to get up and choke him out. You just forget he was there or something? Regardless, it seems like Johnny Gargano is the natural next challenger for Karrion Kross in the NXT Championship. Where this title match takes place, I don't know, but possibly at the next takeover. The next match had Roderick Strong making his in-ring return to NXT, facing Asher Hale. While technically everything in this match was very good, I was a little bit underwhelmed, wanting to see a little bit more of what the Diamond Mine is actually going to bring to NXT. Granted, you can't give everything away the first week, but I was hoping to see a little bit more than just a match that was fine. The next match had Cameron Grimes take on Aries Sterling. Sterling, of course, being the one who badmouthed Ted DiBiase in the parking lot last week. Now, this match, while short, I thought was very enjoyable. Aries Sterling is the former Alex Zane, for those who are fans of his indie work, and he did a fantastic job standing out with his offense against Cameron Grimes. He took most of the match, hitting a really cool acai moonsault to the outside and a corkscrew shooting star press in the ring. Ultimately, he missed a top rope shooting star press, and Grimes was able to hit his double foot stomp for the win before LA Knight made his way to ringside to cut a promo on Grimes. After some back and forth banter, Knight said that he was still missing one piece of his puzzle. He needs an assistant. So, in a match that will happen next week at the Great American Bash for the $1 Million Championship, if LA Knight beats Cameron Grimes, Grimes must become his butler. I think it's way too soon to take the title off of LA Knight, and I will be fairly interested to see what kind of vignettes they're able to drum up with Cameron Grimes playing butler to LA Knight. You can put good Louis Dangor money on that one. Happy trails, Nugget. Later on in the ring, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole had a face-to-face confrontation with Samoa Joe mediating to make sure things didn't get physical. They cut promos on each other, with Adam Cole saying that even after 4 years of carrying Kyle O'Reilly in Undisputed Era, everyone knows that he is still a star, including Kyle O'Reilly's wife. Kyle didn't take that very well, as he said he was ashamed to have ever been in Undisputed Era with someone like Adam Cole. The two came nose to nose while Samoa Joe told them to relax. Adam Cole took a swing, which led to Kyle O'Reilly locking in a heel hook and Samoa Joe standing there and letting it happen. Joe went to leave but sent security back down to break things up, and it is very clear that if he is allowed to wrestle once again, a match with Adam Cole is definitely in the cards. Up next was the mixed tag match as Xia Li and Boa took on Mercedes Martinez and Jake Atlas. This match was pretty unremarkable to begin with, but the only thing worth talking about right now is Mercedes Martinez getting knocked out legitimately by Xia Li at the end of the match. Li hit a huge spinning kick that caught Mercedes Martinez in the side of the head, appearing to knock her out cold right on the spot. She was visibly out of it as Xia Li went for the cover, and the referee ended up waving off the match, and the camera never panned to Mercedes Martinez again. As I record this, nothing has been reported about the condition of Mercedes Martinez, but we of course hope that this is nothing serious and she's able to make a full recovery. Next, we had a dueling promo segment between MSK and Thatcher and Ciampa. Ciampa cut what I thought was a really good promo, talking about how no one elevates titles like he does. MSK took their turn and cut what I thought was not a very good promo, saying that they are still the champions and that Thatcher and Ciampa need to put respect on their names, before Nash Carter swung a punch at Tommaso Ciampa, who did not sell it one bit. Ciampa told MSK that they got one free shot tonight, but next week they better bring their pride and the titles because they're gonna take them both. I've been a big defender of MSK since their debut in NXT, but after this promo segment, I know who I'm gonna be cheering for next week, and it's not them. Earlier in the show, Isaiah Swerve Scott challenged Bronson Reed to a match for the NXT North American Championship, a match that would ultimately main event the show, with Isaiah Swerve Scott capturing the NXT North American title. The match itself was good, but not great, definitely below the level of last week's match with Kushida and Kyle O'Reilly. Reed took the vast majority of this match, and it looked like he was going to be able to retain his title with the Tsunami, but Top Dollar and Ashante Adonis distracted him long enough for Isaiah Swerve Scott to hit a kick and a 450 splash, winning the match and the title. This would have come as a bigger shock if there hadn't been reports of Bronson Reed backstage at Raw and SmackDown in recent weeks, but still, this is a huge moment for Isaiah Swerve Scott, who should just be pushed to the moon. Sorry, Cameron Grimes. Overall, this week's show didn't have the blow-away segment that I usually need for a 5 out of 5 show. It was still very enjoyable, so I'm going 4 out of 5 this week. And that just about wraps it up for me. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on this show, make sure you go over to WrestleTalk podcast later on today, where myself and Chopper P. Quinnell will be breaking down this entire episode of NXT in our NXT review podcast. And as for Quizlemania last week, I'm a very forgiving man. You don't have anything to worry about, Adam. Not a thing.
What was it? Was it 8
It's only 9 seconds long. He's famously the big dog. You know what? You know what those are?
They're big cats.